Hi everyone. In our last session, we worked with JavaScript objects. At the same time, we worked with arrays. Okay. An object is a module basically in object-oriented programming languages. An object contains associated data and methods which can work on the data. So, here student is a object. It contains three properties: ID, name and age, and it has a method inside that find eligibility. Okay, functions are called as methods in object oriented programming languages. Okay, so we created here an object called as student. This contains some associated data is called as properties, and it has a method. Using that method we can manipulate the data or properties. Similarly, we created an array called as weekdays. It is a one-dimensional array. This contains only one dimension. So number of columns are available in this, only one row, and number of columns, there are about 7 columns in this. So it is the Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday we display. We are going to store them in the array. Then we can manipulate them as per the requirement. Sunday is the very first element and Saturday is going to be the last element. To access very first element, the index 0 we need to use, and to access very last element we need to use the size -1. It contains 7 elements in this, therefore the size is going to be 7. Okay, the very first element using 0 index you can access, and the very last element you can access using 6, because length -1 you need to take, or size -1 we need to take. These we explored yesterday. Yesterday we have explored these things, and we have written different methods also, and with the help of demonstrate array we find out here the length of the array, followed by we specify here the size. Then similarly we display the very first element and very last element. Very first element and very last element we displayed there. Okay, so this is what exactly an array. Similarly, we manipulated even the student object also using the function called as greet student. Fine. So these are what exactly objects and arrays. We discuss more and more in detail related to JavaScript, objects and arrays. But let me first of all explain you the predefined 3 important objects of the JavaScript. The 3 important predefined objects of JavaScript are: one is date object, other one is a string object, and one more is a math object. We have 3 important objects called as math object, then date object, and one more is a string object. These can work as helper methods. Look at the math object. See, we need different functions related to mathematics, like finding out square root, finding out rounding of the given numbers, or finding the power of the given number. Similarly, getting the absolute value. Sometimes we need to generate random numbers. Okay, therefore for them we can use predefined math object. It contains actually different functions or different methods for performing different mathematical operations. So it is going to be math object. Similarly, we have a date object. With the help of the date object we can manipulate date and time. We can perform here date and time using date object. That can give you information related to the year, the month, the day, the hour, the minute, the second, all information you can get using date object. So JavaScript has created already for us a date object. Using that you can perform date, you can do date manipulation. And another important object is a string object. Okay, so string object we use for string manipulation. For manipulating string we can actually use the string object. In number of ways these are going to be useful for us. In the client side programming we use. Similarly, we have other objects also, like a document object. Okay, document object is going to be very simple object. It's going to be representing the entire web page. So the web page may contain many other objects inside that. They may be text boxes, they may be buttons, they may be anchor tags. All those you can access with the help of the document object. Using document object we actually perform those operations. So we have different methods associated to document object. So one is actually open. You can open a new document. With the help of close method you can close existing document. And we have a method called as write. With the help of that we can write a string to the say document. So these methods are going to be very important. So now first of all start with the math object. What we can do with mathematics? Here see, related to math object. Math is a predefined object. Using that you perform various mathematical operations. We can perform various mathematical operations. Here for example I have a text box. I have some text box. I want to put some text box here. In this text box, first of all I make a div, and within the div I try to put. I want to get some lucky number of mine, some 7-digit lucky number I want to generate. I want to go with some 7-digit lucky number for me. Okay, so therefore here I can use the math class or math object. Using math object I can actually generate some random number. Okay, so therefore here I would like to generate a 7-digit lucky number. I would like to generate some 7-digit lucky number here. So for that I created here div. Then here I use within this a inline element called as span. Span ID is here lucky number. I put like this. I put this as lucky number. Then here it's a span. Right now I don't have any content inside this here, but to the left of this I put an anchor tag. I put here A followed by href is here hash. Then here I want to go with the style also. Style because I require some padding here. I use some padding left side padding. I would like to use some 30px. Then I want to use somewhat bigger font size. Font family, first of all I put here Arial. I use the Arial font here. Okay, similarly I go with the font size. Use this one as 20px. It is going to be 20 pixels. The style is going to be here 20 pixels. Then color also, color is not required right now for me. So here using this anchor tag, when I click on that it should generate a lucky number and I should have that in the span container. Okay, generate a 7-digit lucky number for me. Like this I am trying to have an anchor tag here. Just try to put an anchor tag there. So putting one anchor tag in that. Fine. Now here it should generate a 7-digit lucky number for me. Therefore here when somebody is clicking, here on click event we should use on click. When somebody is clicking on this tag, I should run here a JavaScript function. Here write generate lucky number, like this. I want to make it. It should be calling this method generate lucky number. Should be the method should be called, the function of the JavaScript should be called. Therefore, I should define here this particular method or function. Now coming to script tag, then here define it. What is that exactly? It is generate lucky number. To create functions, we use function keyword followed by right here generate lucky number. Put like this. I just want to use only 7 digits. I don't want to go with more than 7 digits. I just want to use actually 7 digits. 7 digits are going to be giving us a digit for every day. Okay, like that I am trying to make it. Now here I should generate. So how to generate that? Using a math object, I want to generate a lucky number. We have a function predefined method called as random, which is nothing but a method within the math object. Using that random, you can generate a random number. Now here see, where put like this here, lucky number, this is equal to, I just go with the, first of all, math is a predefined object followed by here random, math dot random. This can pick a number between 0 and 1, that I am going to multiply here with, to get 7 digit lucky number. This contains a value between 0 and 1. In between 0 and 1 I can get a value there. So if I multiply that with a big number like 9. So what will happen in such cases? I can get here a 7 digit lucky number here. Okay, instead of that I use like this here 0, 4, 5, 6, 7, like this I can use it. So with this I can get here a 7 digit number, but that can be the floating point notation. I just want to use only here, I just want to use here a 7 digit integer. I don't want to have any floating point number. So therefore I should convert the floating point number into integer. Again see where lnum, this another variable I am using here. Therefore the lucky number should be converted to now integer. I need to convert that into integer here. I want to convert that into integer. Therefore I put like this. This feature is called as typecasting feature. Int followed by here lucky number, like this I put. Okay, so this kind of feature is not supported, therefore just try to assign this way. What will happen with that? It is going to be truncating, but same number you have again this one. Okay, you have like same thing, it is going to be once again same number. We have actually same number, therefore we need to convert this into, we need to round this up. Okay, so here therefore you round it up, math dot, I can round it up. I want to go with round here, followed by, first of all I use lucky number, followed by how many decimal digits I want to take, 0 decimal points I would like to take, like this I can truncate this. Not truncation exactly, I am converting this into, I am rounding it up to 0 decimal places. Now here it is rounded up. One is what? Random, which can generate a number between 0 and 1. The other one is rounding up the given number. Because when you generate a random number, the value can be between 0 and 1. It can be any real number between 0 and 1. When you multiply with here, say what is the number? This is units, twos, then units, tens, 100, 1000, 10,000, so 100,000 and 1 million. So when you multiply with 1 million, I mean the whatever number you get between 0 and 1, you get actually any value from I mean in certain range you can be getting number. So that can be giving you here a random number. So the value may be between something like actually 1 million to it is 9,999,999 like that the value is possible there. We get that much big number. So it's going to contain 7 digits in that. Now I am going to round it up. When I round it up, what happens? Decimal parts, I mean after decimal point whatever are there, they are going to be removed, because up to 0 digits I am going to round it up. Now I need to display whatever number I am getting, whatever rounded up value I am getting, I need to display with the span, that's here lucky number. Now this time I use a document object. What I do here, document dot get element by ID. By ID I get hold of the object there. I mean ID, this particular span I get. Here take it as lucky number. So we take this as here lucky number. With that we are getting it. Then dot value. You can assign a value to that this way. You can manipulate here using DOM the object. You have a document object model. Document dot get element by ID can get hold of this object. So once you refer that object, the value can be changed with the help of the value property here. Value property, there is no meaning here for this value. You need to use here inner text. Okay, it is going to be inner text because this is a container in which you can contain other elements. That may be text or that may be some other HTML. So therefore here I can put only text. It can contain either text or it can be containing say some other elements. You take paragraph, you take div, you take similarly span. These can contain text or they can contain other HTML elements. But when you look at input text box, that can contain a value. So span cannot contain value, but it can contain either inner text or inner HTML. So therefore here span ID is equal to lucky number. Now here I want to put inner text equal to whatever elnum I have that I should convert into a string and I should do it. So therefore here write elnum dot toString. So using toString you can convert it. You can convert to string. Then here show this in the particular span. Span is what exactly? Lucky number is the span. So in that lucky number I should have. And the method name is what here? Generate lucky number. Here generate lucky number I have there. So therefore now this should be generating for us a 7-digit lucky number. Whether this generates or not, let us try to see. Now view in browser this one. Remember that JavaScript is not forgiving easily. If you don't, if you put some, somewhere if it can't understand, it just stops working there itself. It can't proceed further. Now generate a 7-digit lucky number for me. It says here 738763 is generating. It's not 7 digits but 6 digits are getting generated. Let us change that. Here once again see different digits are getting created this time. Okay, we are getting actually here different types of different digits in this. Different digits they are actually getting here generated for us. This is what generating a random number. We generated random lucky number 981040. So sometimes it's generating like this 786559, then similarly 614559. So this way what is happening? It is generating here different numbers. Different numbers are generated, but here it is showing only 6 digits. Therefore try to make this as one more 0 you put, you can get exactly 7 digits in that. Just now once again run. When we run, it's going to show this time 7 digits 3852462. Next time 7703074. So this way what is happening? It's showing us actually a number with 7 digits. This is called as exactly a lucky number. It is a 7-digit lucky number which is getting generated on the screen. We get on the screen here like 7-digit lucky number. So here we have used a math object. With the help of that we could do it. Okay, using a math object we could do like that. Similarly, one more we do here. Third one is going to be, suppose I enter a number. Okay, I can enter a number. So when I enter a number, there are two, whether that is a perfect square or not, we need to find. If it is not perfect square, so in such cases, what should happen? In such cases, it should display the given number is not a perfect square. Like 220 you take, 220 is not a perfect square, whereas 225 is a perfect square. Okay, so if it is not a perfect square, it should display what number can be added to make it perfect square and what number can be subtracted to make it a perfect square. There are two possibilities. One is you can add a number to make it perfect square, or you can subtract from that. Take 220. In the case of 220, you can add 5 to that to make it perfect square, or you can subtract 24 from that. You need to show both of them. So if 5 can be added and 24 can be subtracted to make it perfect square. Like that, it should display the result. So therefore, write such function here. Let us try to write one such function with the help of the given number. Okay, whether the given number is actually a perfect square or not. If it is not perfect square, it should print the given number is not a perfect square, and it should display those two numbers which can be added and subtracted to make it perfect square. There are going to be two operations. When you add, it can become a perfect square. Even when you subtract some number, then also it can become perfect square, like 220. In the case of 220, you can add 5, you can subtract 24. Both you have to show there. Similarly, if it is 225, you can print it as a perfect square. Okay, therefore, try to create first of all an object for that. Based on the object, let us try to do it. Now here, we take one more div. Go with here another div. Okay, let us try to use here another div. So in this div, let us try to manipulate. Here first of all, put like this. I write this way. Please enter a number. I'll find whether it is a perfect square or not. So it can show you whether that's a perfect square or not. Therefore here now do like input, type, this is text, okay, then id, here it is txt num. I use some prefix txt for text input, text num. Then here I close this. Then after that I want to move into different row, so therefore I use br tag. Using br tag we can move into next row or different row. I am moving in the same manner there. Okay, I am going into different. Now I am going into different, say, row. Now here next thing is what I should have a span. I should have here span. Here it is id is result. id is going to be result. So in this result we should get the message. Fine. One other thing, in between you should have here a button. This time I want to use a button. Input, type equal to button you can put. I am using a button. Then write here value equal to find. Okay, here you need to call now. You need to on click. We need to use that event. On click equal to, here write find perfect. This is the name of the method I am trying to use. So here, then close it like this. I have written a two input elements. One is what exactly? Text. Other one is here a button. I have used it. If you look at user interface, it looks something like this. It's going to be shown something like find. Now just below that, it should be displaying in the span the required data. So now here we need to write first of all the code for it. We need to write code for that. So here it is what exactly? Find perfect. For that we should write now code. Here write function, then write find perfect. This is the method I am trying to write. In this method I would like to write the required code. The method, the function is going to find perfect. In the find perfect I would like to write it. Okay, this is a function, and this is a function or method. When you click on that, it should be displaying. Whether the given number is a perfect square or not. But there are possibilities here. When you try to type, there can be sometimes exceptions. Exceptions can be thrown there. So instead of entering digits, if you enter alphabets, there is going to be some problem. So you need to handle exceptions also. We discuss about it later on, much about exceptions. But now what exactly I do is I try to calculate, I try to find out whether the given number is a perfect square or not. First of all, whether there is a perfect square or not, I would like to find out. Okay, let me find out whether the given whether the given number is a perfect square or not. I have to find out. So therefore here what I do, I try to get first of all the value which is written in the text box. Here write var number or num is equal to, I should get the value. What value exactly it is? Whatever you get from the text box is going to be in the text format, like string. We need to convert that into integer. Here write parse int. We should convert into integer, parse int. Then here we should get the value. Right here document dot get element by id. Get element by id. What is that id? id is exactly, the id is here txt num is the id. We should use here txt num. Txt num we put here, then dot value. We should get the value of that. Okay, we should get the value of that. So we take the value here. Now here close the bracket. Then that is converted to a number. Parse int is going to be converting the given string into number. We have therefore a num in that, where num equal to parse int document dot get element by id txt num dot value. You have a value in that. Now next here what I do, I need to calculate now whether the given number is a perfect square or not. Therefore here I declare var sqrt. This is equal to, now I would like to find out first of all square root. Math dot sqrt, we have a function. With this we can find out now. We need to pass num as parameter. So we are passing that math dot sqrt num, it can give square root. Now similarly what I do here, var isqrt equal to, I want to take here only, I want to use here only integer. I want to get only integral part of it. I don't want to use actually fractional part. I want to use here integral part. So therefore here sqrt, then dot, okay, I should convert this into okay sqrt. So I want to get from this only the integral part. I don't want to use actually here any fractional part. I want to get only integral part. So therefore here if I use round up, probably that may be giving some problem. that may give a problem. Okay, so it should not be giving any problem, like I should have only the integral part in this. I should get only the integral part from this. We have a problem here in this. I should get only integer from this. I should not get anything here. If I go with roundup, what will happen with this is, I just see math dot, any conversion, is it possible here? Let us see. Okay, we have function like floor function, then ceiling function we have. Luckily we have a floor function, so using floor function we can get it. Take here sqrt, like this we take. Now let us use if condition. As we know that we can use here if condition, we use if condition here. If sqrt minus isqrt, I use this. So here next thing is write var. Okay, here put var some msg equal to empty string. Let us put like this. If sqrt minus isqrt greater than or equal to, so if this is equal to 0, this is equality operator. Therefore what I do, I can assign to the msg here the number. We have here number, num dot to string we use here. We put a plus, double quotes we put here, right, is a perfect square, like this we put. Suppose that is not a perfect square, therefore we use here else if condition. In such cases I put here sqrt minus isqrt. Okay, here isqrt minus, else what should happen here? There are two possibilities, as I told. A number can be added or number can be subtracted. Therefore come to else part. In this we should manage now. We should manage from this. The possibilities are what for us here? You can use like this. Here declare var ub upper boundary, use like this, upper boundary equal to, write like here, we have sqrt there. So in the case of sqrt, I use like this. I can use this way, math dot ceiling, I can use ceil, then here it is sqrt. Okay, var lower boundary we use, or already we have there isqrt. We have already isqrt there. isqrt we can use. Now upper boundary we got there. Here write msg equal to msg plus, here we need to calculate the number to be added and the number to be subtracted. So how we get number to be added? Therefore declare here the variable like var number to be added. Is a variable. Similarly var number to be subtracted. Number to be subtracted. So number to be added, number to be subtracted, we are going to use both of them in this. Now msg plus we use. Okay, I mean let us add this later. First of all, let us try to find out what number to be added. Number to be added equal to, here upper boundary multiplied with upper boundary minus, here we write num, like this we use. Similarly, number to be subtracted equal to, here num minus what that is, isqrt multiplied with isqrt, like this we make it. So with this now we need to write msg, here is equal to write number to be added dot toString plus can be added to make num dot toString plus a perfect square, like this we put. Similarly, we may go into next line here, slash n we use this way. Similarly, we write here msg equal to msg plus, here same thing we can take once again, dot toString, we use like this, then plus we use, here put can be subtracted to make a perfect square. So here we don't require slash n. Okay, so this way I try to find out what can happen with that. Now come to this point, then here after this we should go with the result. Here write document dot get element by id, we use here, then result, then dot value, close the bracket, write dot value we need to use here, result dot value is not available, we need to use inner text because this is span, this equal to msg, we can assign, like this we can do it. Okay, this way we can actually execute this find perfect function. This is the code. With the help of this we try to do it. This is the code, with this we are trying to do it. Now let me execute this. Please enter a number, I will find whether it's a perfect square or not. I enter something like 225, fine. It's not working, therefore some problem in the code. Where the problem can be, see, there can be spelling mistakes. Due to spelling mistakes also, sometimes it may not work properly. Here it is math.sqrt num we have taken, okay, floor sqrt, we kept msg equal to that much. Somewhere if you have any error, this cannot work properly. Okay, let us see where the problem is. So inner text we have taken, with result we should do it. What can be the problem? Let us check actually. Okay, so here whether num is available or not, let us check. Alert, here put num. Okay, alert num, we do var sqrt, square root of num we should get, then we find out with this isqrt, anywhere Do we have any spelling mistakes? Let us see. Okay, the reason, let me tell you, we should not have that in that area, we should have here. Okay, so therefore this alert may not be needed. Time being, we hide this, we comment that. Now try to execute. View in browser, enter 225, then click on find. Nothing is getting displayed. What can be the reason? Let us see. Message is empty. When this is equal to 0, in such cases it should print it sqrt minus isqrt. So here, where msg we have taken, msg equal to num.toString plus is a perfect square. Inner text we are trying to make it msg there. So what can be the problem? Let us look at the input here. On click, find perfect. Spelling is what here? Find perfect is the method name, and here what I have typed is something different. Okay, so these mistakes, typos, these are called as. Often we commit such mistakes. We need to be careful with such things. It says 225 is a perfect square. Now this time I enter 220, then here find 5 can be added to make 220 a perfect square, 24 can be subtracted to make 220 a perfect square. It's showing the two different messages there. Now let me enter 300. In the case of 300, what should happen? See, click on the find. 24 can be added to make 300 a perfect square, because 324 can be 18 18s. But when you subtract 11 from that, it can give you 289, which is nothing but 17 multiplied by 17. So like this, it's working perfectly for us. We can find out whether the given number is a perfect square or not. If it's not perfect square, then what we do in such cases, we either subtract a number or we add a number. Here 24 can be added or 11 can be subtracted to make 300 a perfect square. So like this, here we are using various mathematics related functions. We have used here a math object which has predefined methods like sqrt method, floor method. Then similarly toString. toString is actually it is with every data type available. Similarly here we use ceiling. So like this, you can use actually the math class for different mathematical operations. When you want to perform certain mathematical operations, you can use the math class. Using math class, you can get it done. So using math class we have done here. So in the math class or math object, we have various methods. Using those methods, we could do it. This is called as here an object, math object. Here this math object, you have different methods like sqrt method, which can give you square root, floor method, which can give you here, suppose you have 18.72, that can give you 18 the value. So whenever it is ceiling, it can give you 19. So math.ceil of 18.42 can give you 19, whereas math.floor of 18.42 can give you 18. So like this, here the floor and ceil are working. I could use them here comfortably to get different values. Now similarly, using sqrt, you can get here the square root. You can get the square root of that. So using here certain logic I have done. You need to look at this code and you need to understand logic. See, technology can be taught, but logic cannot be taught. Logic must be in you. How I am using this logic in a better way, probably you can write this code. So you can write this code in a better way. I am writing like this, but you can write in a better way this code. You can write in a better way this particular piece of code is concerned. So try to, use your own logic with the try to do. So here just now we saw how math object is working. Now next thing is going to be datetime object we use. Okay, datetime object we want to use. So date object we have to use here. Using date object, I want to display the date and time. Similarly, I would like to show a live digital clock. On the page I want to show there actually clock. Okay, but before that, let me first of all demonstrate to you how the date object is going to be working. So here one more div I take. In this div I would like to show you current date and time. First of all, current date and time I would like to show here. Okay, here write span id equal to year, id equal to time. I am talking about time. Date object I can do it. id equal to year. Okay, then go with the br. Similarly, span id equal to here, this is month. Then here span, then this is again br tag. Okay, then span id equal to, this is day. I want to get today's day. Then this is br, I use again break tag, followed by here I want to display the time. Here write span, the time is, now here use br, then here again use span, id is here hour, like this you can put. Okay, id is hour, like this we put, add a br here, put, then followed by here span id is min, you write, it is minute, you can put this way. Then again use here br tag, followed by here span id is second, like this you can put it. Then here after this put a br, then put a link here, a href equal to hash I put, then here id also not required here, on click, here on click equal to show, just I write a method called as show. Okay, then close this here, show date and time. We have a here show date and time. This should be displaying current date and time information for us. I have total year span, month span, day, then followed by hour, minutes and seconds. All of they should be getting displayed. Current date and time they should display for me. So they should be displaying for me here current date and time. So therefore here I should write one more method called as show method, or show function I should write. Function, then write here show. Then here try to create first of all a data object where dt equal to, here this time we use new date, we use here new date. So using this date you can retrieve now various components. Okay, here write. Now this is what exactly year. Write here document dot get element by id. Here use year, then dot value. This is here C span. Write inner text is equal to, here write the year is dt dot get year. We are getting from this year, then dot to string. You can convert to string and show it. This is for what? It's for getting the year information. In the same manner, come to this, then here display. This is second element is of year, it is month. Put this as here month, and this will be get month. Get month, and we convert into that. Again paste it here. This is day, and this is here dt dot get day. You can use like this. The next element here, it is, we have hour. So here it is dt dot, we write this as get hours. Okay, after that, what are the other elements? We have min and sec are available. For them also we should write min and sec. This will be here min and sec. This is get minutes, put like that, dot get minutes. Then similarly we use here seconds. This is exactly sec, we put like that. Get seconds. So this way what happens, we retrieve data from the date object, year, month, second, day, hours, minutes, seconds, we retrieve and we display there. This way we are trying to use the date object here, which is also predefined. Now let me render this here. If you click on the show date and time, it displays. Here is 116 it's showing. Okay, something wrong in this. What is the problem? I'll see. Here is 52, here is 39 showing something like this. It is actually, I haven't changed it. Here the text I did not change here. Same thing I am trying to use every time. It's not year. This is, it is not year, the month. Similarly, this should be day. The hour is. Similarly here, this is minute, second is. Like this we should display here this. New date we have taken, based on the new date we should get. Once again try to see this. What can be a problem in that? Let us see. showing the minute is 54. It's showing like this. Get month is actually native code, it says. Okay, so here dt dot okay, dt dot, here it is get month. Let us take get month here. Just try to display like this only. What difference we see this time? See here in this. Showing this time 4. Now get day we have no string is required, so it can convert straight away. Let us try to remove here the toString method. Remove toString, and here also just write get day only. Delete it, and get hours we just take, we don't use any. Yes, the problem is okay. Now here try to run in browser. Click on this, it shows the year is 116, the month is 4, the day is 2, the time is, the hour is 8, minute is 55, second is 50. Like this it shows for us. There's some problem with that 2016.